than most. Eyes low in the post. Ready for whatever, buddy. Trust me, you won't no smoke. Never disrespect my city, this the land of the goats. This shit doper than some white girls that just got off the boat. This shit came straight off the boat, straight off the boat. Straight off the boat, 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 straight off the boat.
Yo, what's up? So I've kind of slowed down on making videos, partially because it's a tedious process to try and get these done every day, and then I'm also working on sitting with the Shepherds with my wife Eunice. I was also working on putting together the franchise sports kickball tournament, which, by the way, had to be postponed for a couple of reasons. We won't get into that, though. But I'm really excited to get into this conversation that I'm about to have today with Curtis Ford, who I'm nicknaming the Running Man because I've been trying to get him on here for weeks. And so Kurt is a really bright dude who has a passion for sports, particularly HBCU sports. So I want to get a little bit into that and talk to him about FAMU as well. And we're going to talk about college football, and then ultimately we're going to end up getting to LeBron because we have the biggest differences of opinions there. So we're going to see how this conversation goes, and I hope you all enjoy it. Birdman hand rub.
Hold on, let me settle here. Let me get the light on. Let me turn the TV on.
I got the Summer League playing in the background.
Man, I had my Braves on, so if I get sidetracked, because these Braves are playing.
You have to use some of that good old editing to get it right. So, Mr. Ford, how you been, brother?
You said what?
I said, how have you been, brother?
You know, I've been good. Been trying to, just survive, trying to figure out a way to make some more money.
Yeah, well, aren't we all? But so, folks don't really know our history when it comes to this arguing thing. We've been doing this for going on 10 years now. Well, we've been arguing about everything, going back to the franchise sports days. If you don't know, you was the original host of franchise sports.
Yeah.
You and my precious sister Tiana. Shout out Tiana.
I hope Tiana take a look at this. But yeah, man, those were some fun days because, I mean, shit, what was it called? What was the segment called?
Analyze this.
Analyze this, man. Well, we was just up there talking back then. Since I already know where the conversation's going today. You know what I'm saying? That's back when LeBron was with Miami.
Yeah, right. So you're going to start there. So you want to just jump out the gate with it.
And that's back when somebody on the other end of this phone call was a huge LeBron fan.
Let's make sure that we get our facts straight. The kid has never been a huge LeBron fan. The kid has always been and will forever be a Miami Heat fan. I appreciate your services while you got on this jersey, but the minute you walk out this organization, I'm through with you, player. And you see the uniform, Kurt. Don't play, bro. Don't play.
On. Wait, hold on just a second. Hold on, let me put it right here. Let me show you my team so everybody knows where I stand.
Well, your allegiance lie?
So everybody know where I stand. Now, I'm a LeBron fan, but everybody knows who I represent.
The Magic.
The Orlando Magic all day.
Boy, it's rough, boy. Sometimes you make it hard to tell. So actually, let's just go ahead and talk about LeBron since you brought him up. I'm interested to hear your takes on, this move to LA, what it means for surrounding free agents, how you feel about Paul George, the Kawhi Leonard thing. Just give me your take on general what's been going on with free agency, starting with LeBron.
All right, with LeBron, I'm not extremely happy about him going to LA.
Really?
One, I'm not an LA Laker fan.
Well, I was about to say not many people are, but there is a horde of them.
And it's like LeBron going to LA. Now I have to take my fandom to the Lakers. I'm not for him, but I will say this: I think it's a good move for him. We knew Magic Johnson said during the season, without saying too much, that he wanted LeBron.
Oh yeah.
I mean, he made that known, and so I think we all knew he was going to LA. He's going there with a decent cast of players. I mean, he's got Ingram. He's got the person I think that's going to benefit the most is going to be Lonzo Ball.
Yeah, I mean, I think Lonzo going to benefit from having Rondo on that team too. Like similar style players, they're not really known primarily for scoring, more facilitators. Rondo has a brilliant basketball mind. I think he can teach Lonzo a lot. But go ahead.
And I think that's going to bode well for LeBron. I think that's going to bode well for the Lakers because now you got Rondo coming in. You got Lance Stevenson, who played a pretty good series against the Cavs this past season.
Yeah, with the Pacers. Yeah. So wait, when you say it bodes well for them, do you mean that it bodes well for them as far as publicity wise, or does it bode well for them contention wise?
Oh, they're a playoff contender now. They're
well, I believe they're a playoff team. Yeah. I'm not gonna put it like that. Are they a contender?
LeBron fan in me wants to say yes.
Of course, the LeBron fan in you wants to say yes.
But I look at this. The West is stacked. And everybody knows that.
Yeah, it's common knowledge.
Golden State got the stars starting for them. You look at Houston. Houston is stacked. People can say what they want about Houston this past season, but Houston had the best record in the West.
Well, Houston still got to figure out what they're going to do with Clint Capella, even though I do believe that they're going to sign him back. But they did lose Trevor Ariza. That to me is a bigger move than that's been publicized, because I think PJ Tucker is going to have to do more stepping up in that role, and I don't think he's as consistent offensively as Trevor Ariza. What seed do you see LA falling into, like in this whole playoff shuffle?
They won't be no lower than a 4.
Really?
No lower than a 4.
I think they're like a 6 seed, to be honest with you. Like, you think LA? So you thinking LA is better? You think LA better than New Orleans team?
Yes.
Really?
New Orleans just lost Boogie.
Yeah, but they gained Julius Randle. I'm not saying that those talents are comparable. I'm saying that Julius Randle complements AD in a similar fashion to Boogie.
Well, again, it comes down to the X factor, and it comes down to LeBron. Name one in the past 8 years. What's the lowest seed that LeBron has gotten in the playoffs?
Probably the seed they just led 4.
A 4.
Yeah, but that's been he just got a 4 seed in the East. He ain't been in the West his whole career, so that kind of is immaterial to this conversation.
I don't see LA. LA's not going any lower than 4 because they got.
Okay, so are they better than OKC?
All right, OKC got what? Westbrook.
They got Westbrook. They got Paul George.
They're about to lose the most overrated superstar in recent NBA history.
Boy, you must want to argue with Vic. Cause
that's the most overrated superstar in NBA. I'm not gonna say in NBA history, but he's definitely one of the most overrated superstars.
That's tough, bro. That's tough. Cause Melo was a bad boy when he had them braids in his hair.
He was a bad boy, but he still wasn't a winner. All right,
I give you that. I give you that. Melo's always been more about the bag than he's been about winning on the court. He's always been about his money.
And that's why when me and somebody like Vic gets to argument about LeBron and Carmelo, which last year Vic did say that Carmelo was better than LeBron.
I'm not gonna let you do that to Vic, bro. Vic did not say that, bro.
He said that, bro.
That man did not say that, bro.
I promise you, bro. I remember it. I mean, we had a whole debate about it.
That man never said that, man.
Bro, he said it, bro. I'm telling you.
So let's get back to what we were talking about. So is LA better than OKC?
Yes.
LA's better than OKC?
Yes.
Come on, man. The second best player on LA's team is who?
Second best player on LA's team?
You have no idea. That you don't know. So the second best player on OKC is Paul George. And they still have Steven Adams. Who does LA have on their roster that's better than Steven Adams aside from LeBron James?
But here's the thing. LeBron makes teams better. Name another player who can go to a 19-win team and turn them into a 60-win team the very next year.
I haven't met anybody who did it.
LeBron
did not.
Wait. No, it's the other. He was a 61 win team in Cleveland, and then Cleveland without him with the same cast pretty much ends up turning into a 19 win team.
Yeah, that's what happens.
There's no other.
But that's what happens when you build a team around a one player's skill set. It's kind of like what Cleveland's about to experience this year. The players that are in Cleveland now are built around LeBron James' skill set. It's not that LeBron James is so good that he can carry it. The team only functions because of LeBron James' talents.
I disagree. There is no other NBA superstar who has had that impact. There's been teams.
What about Shaq? When Shaq left the Lakers, they were no longer a playoff team. Yeah,
Well, look, but now you're talking about the Kobe fans, and those are the same Kobe fans that talk bad about LeBron.
They having heartburn about the fact that LeBron over there, they don't know what to do.
Which all of a sudden you prove my point about LeBron being better than Kobe, but that's a whole nother topic for a whole nother
But
day.
see, I don't argue with you on that point. I think LeBron James is the second greatest player of all time. I don't deny that he's better than Kobe. I don't deny that he's better than. That's the thing. Y'all assume that I hate LeBron James. You come after me every day about how I hate LeBron James, calling me a hater, and I'm telling you, I don't hate the man. I'm just not blind to his flaws, and you are.
No, nobody's blind to his flaws. Nobody's blind to his flaws. I feel like every day I have to get on social media, and I got to put on my LeBron jersey. Because every day somebody's posting something else that's just so off base, and I say that's just not true.
But see, the thing about it is the same thing happens on the inverse. Like people every day. Have you seen the meme about how it took Golden State put together 5 All-Stars just to beat LeBron? Like,
Yep.
that's a lie. It's a bold-faced lie, and that's the type of stuff that I'm arguing against.
But it's like everybody says like stuff like, "Oh, LeBron started this whole super team thing."
I believe that.
Da-da-da. And then people want to say a guy like KD is just doing what he has to do for himself.
I believe both of those statements.
But it's like I look at KD and it's like I'm more disappointed in Kevin Durant than anything LeBron James has ever done in his career.
Come on, bro. Come on with it. Come on with the foolishness.
Here's the thing about Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant is a superstar. He's one of the best players that we've ever seen touch a basketball, grace a basketball court.
Okay.
Had a team that was good enough to push for a championship in OKC as it was built.
No, he didn't. They hadn't been to the championship in how long?
But they had Golden State down 3-1 in the Western Conference Finals, the 2016 Western Conference Finals.
Yes. When people talk about how LeBron James didn't start it and how these moves were different, they're the same thing. And I keep explaining this over and over again, but people do not get it. Their intentions when they left these teams and joined their new teams was to stack the odds unfairly in talent against the rest of the NBA. That's what LeBron James did. LeBron James joined another top 5 player. The only thing that LeBron James did was he joined 2 players that were top 10, top 20 in the league, and Kevin Durant just joined the best team. He just inserted himself into the best team. They both put this... Huh?
Different.
Huh?
It's different. It's different.
How? They both made the choice to do it. They both just put themselves in the best position to win championships. There was no other team Kevin Durant could have went to beat Golden State.
Here's the thing. There was no guarantee that Miami was going to work out with LeBron, D. Wade, and Chris Bosh. There was no. Hold on. There was no guarantee. All right? And that was a decision that was made, what? They ended up joining forces in 2010.
Yeah.
It was a decision that was made between LeBron and D. Wade in 2008 in Beijing.
Okay, yeah, but that's what I'm saying. That's part of what the narrative is. They started putting this together in 2008. I'm going to form a team with Olympic players. That's the thing. Here's the question that I have to ask you about this situation. If LeBron James never goes and leaves his team and joins Miami, does Kevin Durant ever get the idea to leave OKC to join that Golden State team? Does he ever even have the thought?
Who knows?
No, he doesn't.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Because now let's say Kevin Durant continues to get close to the NBA Finals, but doesn't get there. Matter of fact, no, I'll take that back. you might be right. I'll say you might be right because OKC would never had to run up against that Miami team that beat them in 2011. So you might be right.
And it's more than just that. It's just like before that decision that LeBron James made, all these super teams that people named before, like the Boston Celtics and stuff, GMs constructed those moves. Like they traded, they lost assets and stuff for that. LeBron James was the first person who used his free agency to line it up with other people's free agency to create super teams like that. And that's what the trend is behind it now. That's what you see Boogie doing. Boogie's doing the same thing he saw LeBron James do. I'm adding myself to a situation that gives me a better shot of winning the championship.
But with Boston, we can't pretend that Kevin Garnett, we can't pretend
that he didn't have a no trade clause. I get it. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, we can't pretend that.
You're right. You're right. So he was complicit in some form as far as getting himself to Boston. But those were moves that were presented to him. Like, you know what I mean? That was his organization with another organization. They both lost assets. LeBron James left Cleveland barren like he did this time. Like, it's the same situation now with him leaving there and putting himself in a better situation in L.A. I believe this is a wonderful move for LeBron James. I actually like him leaving the Cleveland situation because it was disheartening to see him not be at least competitive in those series with Golden State. Like, we can stay on LeBron all day, but I actually wanted to, like, tap on the other ones, and we done ran out most of the 20 minutes. But I want to tap on the other subjects, too, that we was talking about. Because we were talking about college football, and you said you wanted to talk about the disappointment that the U was going to be, because you know I'm a UM fan, and you want to talk about the resurgence of FSU. So I'll go ahead and give you a minute to tap on both subjects.
Well, you know college football is my area.
Yeah, you're going to dominate me in this conversation.
I love my two favorite sports is baseball, college football, and then basketball is right there with hockey.
Exactly.
But I like basketball.
Yeah.
You know, I sucked at basketball growing up, so there's that. I played it. I suck. But college football, I look at what Willie Taggart's doing at Florida State.
Yeah.
I look at the fact that he has players that genuinely want to play for him, and he identifies with the players.
He's an amazing recruiter.
And I think for the first time in a long time, we have a black coach who has a chance to legit come in and win a national title.
In his first year?
Not in his first year.
I was about to say, Kurt, don't come with the foolishness now.
It's possible.
It's not possible. Y'all don't even know who y'all quarterback finna be over there at FSU.
Possible.
Who's the quarterback? Who's gonna be the starting quarterback?
James Blackman.
Blackman beats out Francois?
Yeah. I think so.
But that's one of the problems that y'all have. Y'all don't have a foundation as a quarterback. Y'all lost people like Josh Sweat to the NFL, so y'all defensive line not as strong as it once was.
But then we got Joshua Kane though.
Yeah.
We got Christmas back.
Yeah.
We got ballers now.
I understand it's a factory over there at Florida State, but I'm just saying you got inexperience coming in to play some of these positions.
Yeah,
like you can't discredit everything that you're losing.
But he still has a cupboard that's still pretty stacked.
Yeah. Definitely.
He has a team that's going to be near the top of the ACC. They're not going to be middle of the pack.
But they were middle of the pack last year. So what evidence do you have to support this theory? Like, what makes you believe that they're going to make this jump?
Oh, come on, man. Look at this roster, bro. Look at this roster.
Look at the roster from last year. The roster from last year was pretty stacked. You got DeAndre Francois gets hurt. The whole season goes up in flames.
I think, here's my thing, though. And if you look at a lot of groups on Facebook, a lot of people are split. DeAndre Francois, James Blackman.
Yeah.
And you got Bailey Hockman that's kind of sitting back there because Bailey ain't no slouch either.
Nah, but Bailey, I don't think Bailey beats out either one of those two for the job. I mean, Blackman, the thing about Blackman, for everything that people say about him, he's real skinny and all that kind of stuff, but that man started to play really well towards the end of last season. Like those last 3 games, and including that bowl game, like he played really solid for him. You still don't know what you have in Francois because Francois did the same thing.
I look at the skill players. I look at guys like Newton Murray. I feel like FSU has the best running back stable in the ACC.
Come on, man. Listen, bro.
Cam
Cam Akers straight, bro. But y'all not whipping out the youth for these running backs, bro.
bruh, y'all got Mark Richt, all right? A coach who's always great, but can't ever get over the hump. Look at what he did at Georgia. He's a phenomenal coach. Georgia was always in the conversation, but Georgia could never, ever get over the hump. And to be honest, Miami should have lost to Florida State.
No, we shouldn't.
There's a certain defensive back who was a huge liability that got embarrassed on that last touchdown, and we know who it is, Mr. Tavares McFadden.
He's in the NFL now, so he's no longer in your team.
No, he's in the NFL. But how long? How long?
Not for long. Ain't that's what NFL stand for?
Look at Tavares McFadden. If you look at tape, the one defensive back who was always out of place or always getting burnt, and we saw it with his 40 time at his pro days. It's like, good Lord, no wonder you was getting burnt, son.
Also he's also a gambler. Like, don't completely take it. He has amazing ball skills for somebody. Like, that's why he get his hands on so many interceptions. But the boy will gamble for anything. He will go for anything. You pump fake, he dead. He's a lot like Asante Samuel in that regard. If you pump fake his way, he gonna jump it. And so he get burnt a lot that way. But I want to talk about your real heart, not FSU. I'm talking about your real heart, your real love. Everybody don't always know where you specialize at. Yeah, baseball may be your favorite sport and all that kind of stuff, but your true value and knowledge comes talking about HBCU sports.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And absolutely FAMU without a doubt. You are a historian of that place. You are the most amazing mind when it comes to that to me. So I want to hear your thoughts on FAMU's program, what the direction that it's headed, especially with the new coach Willie Shannon.
I love Willie. I love Coach Simmons because
Coach Simmons. I'm sorry, not Shannon.
Simmons, he's a young coach. I've seen him coach. I've seen him as an offensive coordinator at Middle Tennessee. Seen him as an offensive coordinator at Alcorn State, where they were able to win the SWAC, and his offenses were very high flying. I've seen him as a head coach at Prairie View, a program who struggled for
years.
For years. And
he turned that program around quick.
Mm-hmm. And it's like, I look at that offense, I look at him with those offenses. Even last year, Prairie View took a step back, went 6-5. But I look at who they lost to. And they lost to, they're in what's considered the toughest division in the SWAC. Much like the SEC, where the East was very weak at one point, and the West had all the strength. Mm-hmm. That's what the SWAC was. I mean, he lost to Southern, who was always near the top. Lost to Grambling, who was at a stranglehold on the West. Lost to Alcorn State, who had a stranglehold on the East. Then you lose to Texas A&M. That's 4 losses right there. 4 tough losses, 3 of which were very close games. You know what I'm saying? And then you lose to the number 3 ranked team in the nation in FCS, Sam Houston State, in which you put up, I think, 38 points on them. You know what I'm saying? You just lose because Sam Houston State has a hell of an offense as well, and they are the number 3 ranked team in the country. So that's 5 tough losses. So you can't look at his last year record. I look at how his offense moves. I look at that scheme, that run pass option. I look at the players he put on the edge. I look at those skilled players, and I'm looking at the type of players he has to work with at FAMU.
Yeah, Devin Bowers. What was the wide receiver's name?
Chad Hunter.
That guy there. He's a monster.
Hunter, I think Chad Hunter is going to be the best wide receiver in the MEAC.
Chad Hunter, it's not bad because he looked really good in that spring game. He looked really good in the spring game. And so did Sunshine.
Yeah. And Sunshine, and that's one thing I want Sunshine to do. I want him to be consistent this year. And I think this offense allows him to really use his arm and really showcase what he can do. But we also have, I think, one of the best running backs that FAMU's ever had.
Henryless? Yeah. Oh, for those who don't know, Sunshine is Ryan Stanley, who's FAMU's quarterback. Yeah. He's dope, bro. He's solid.
But Ricky Henryless, last year, whenever he touched the ball, bringing him down was just, I mean, go back and look at some tape.
It's tough.
Look at the Hampton game where he scores a game-winning touchdown on this immaculate touchdown. They call it back. But it's just crazy. I mean, he's the type of guy where you hit him, he's not going down the first hit.
I think he had like 700 yards last year or something like that, man, and he didn't play every game.
I think he had 506 yards through 7 games.
Yeah, something like that. But it was tough.
I think this year, with the way the conference is set up, I think FAMU, a successful season for me, Willis in his first year, I say 7 wins because you got to go on the road to North Carolina A&T, who's coming off an undefeated season.
7 wins? That's lofty, Kurt.
Huh?
That's lofty, coach. Yeah, like I like to give coaches at least 2 years before. You know.
Here's the 7 wins. Here's the 7 wins right here. Fort Valley State, week 1. All right, you lose to Troy in week 2.
Okay.
Week 3, you get Jackson State and Tallahassee.
We can beat Jackson State. We can beat Jackson State.
Jackson State brings in a brand new offense. They bring in an air raid offense by the guy that's the offense coordinator created the air raid, Hal Mummy.
But we also have quite the defensive back stable over there, FAMU. They had
McKinney.
Huh? Orlando McKinney? Yeah, that's a bad boy.
But here's the rest of the schedule. So Jackson State, that's 2 wins. Savannah State in Tallahassee this time. That's 3. Savannah State's going back to Division 2 after this season.
Okay.
Then you get into October, you start talking about playing the North Carolina Centrals on the road. That could be a tough one. Then you get South Carolina State, who isn't the same South Carolina State they used to be. That's a tough one. That's in November. The toughest games on FAMU's schedule, in my opinion,
probably Bethune.
Is going to be A&T on the road.
Yeah. Do we get Hampton this year?
Coaches. Huh?
We play Hampton this year, right?
Hampton's out. Okay. Because Hampton left the conference. They're in the Big South now.
Ah.
Yeah. So you get A&T on the road. That's going to be tough. You get Bethune-Cookman at the Classic. Always tough. You get Howard. Howard, who has
Cam Newton's little brother.
Who is the shiftiest little motherfucker I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
With them little bows gone. Like, that's how like last year, fam, you should have beat Howard. And another game where we just let a game slip through our fingers. You know what I'm saying? And all they did, they beat us the same way every time. Read option, Lil Kalen's going to run. And we don't pick it up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think those are the 3 toughest games in the MEAC. I think we beat Morgan State in Tallahassee. We got, 5, 6 home games this year?
I think we got 5 home. Yeah, I think this is the most home games that we've had in like 10, 20 years, something like that.
But you get 6 games in Tallahassee. You get a couple games on the road that you can win. I think 7 wins is fair. I think a lot of FAMU fans got to be a little patient this year, but I think 7 wins is fair. I'm not going to say championship because, I really want to be cocky and say guaranteed championship.
It's going to be 2010 all over again.
So we'll see because the MEAC, like I said, the MEAC is going to be tough. A&T brings back, they starting quarterback, Raynard. They bring back that wide receiver they got. I can't think of his name right now.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about.
He's pretty nasty. So it's a lot of things that can happen this year. I think this is going to be one of the most entertaining seasons we've had at FAMU.
Yeah, I like it. I like it to be entertaining, bro. That's what I got from the spring game, was that the offense is definitely going to pick up a lot more. Of course, that was what Wood was supposed to bring, was his offensive knowledge and stuff, and it never quite materialized. But I think it looked a lot more fluid, and the players seemed a lot more comfortable by even the spring game, which is something that I could appreciate. And so it's a lot more quick passes in there, a lot of 3-step drops in there for Stanley so that he can get the ball out of his hands quickly, make quick decisions and stuff like that. That should bode well for the team moving forward.
Man, I just appreciate you having me on.
Yeah.
I got to shout out Vic for always being wrong about LeBron. That's who I really got to shout out.
Who, Vic? When they get this 3-way FaceTiming on, bro, I'm going to do it just like First Take and have 2 people on at a time.
Oh, that's going to be crazy. You ain't even going to be able to talk on that one.
I'm going to moderate just like I used to.
Man, because Vic keep tagging me in all this LeBron, this Carmelo stuff.
Me too.
He tagged me some other day talking some. Remember when Carmelo was better than LeBron? I'm like, I don't remember that at all.
Yo, you got to screenshot that kind of stuff so you can have proof, bro, because I just don't believe Vic would say something like that.
I'm still getting notifications from it. I will screenshot and send it to you as soon as we're done here.
All right, bro. I appreciate you, bro. I'm going to let you get back to the rest of your weekend, bro. Thanks for coming on again, bro. You have a great day, man.
All right, take it easy, brother.
All right, bro.
Higher than most, eyes low in the post. Ready for whatever, buddy. Trust me, you won't know.